So as a commercial and short filmmaker, sometimes your schedule gets a little more flexible than you'd like it to be when work isn't coming in enough. So in those times, I like to look for competitions and contests and other things that I can do to keep working and create something fresh. And I love competitions like this because it gives everyone an excuse to make a short film where otherwise it might just be sitting in their head for a long time and never actually get made. So competitions like this are a perfect push to get something done and to have a deadline to work toward. So because of everyone's schedule, I had about 10 days to come up with an idea, write a script, find locations, get everyone together, and start shooting this short film. I asked the producer what locations he had available to him, and he showed me multiple locations that we could film at. And so I basically came up with a script and wrote an idea based around the different locations that we had access to. So I knew we had an old house. I knew we had the attic of a newer house that we could film in. I knew that we had access to a property that had burnt down in a fire that we could actually go in and film. And so what you see on screen, besides the visual effects of the smoke and fire, was actually what that location looked like. So once the script was done and locations were set, we got some casting videos in and I picked some talent to be in the short film. We filmed over the course of 2 days, but during filming you'll see that there's a little boy that talks to someone in a TV, and we actually had that set up in the house. There was a camera downstairs in a hallway that we ran a cable up to the TV that fed the signal to the TV, so the boy and the man in the TV could actually communicate with each other and give lines back and forth. So everything that you see with the TV is a practical effect that we just enhanced a little bit with a little visual effects and touching up around the edges. Now initially I had bought a vintage TV from the 1950s to use in this short film, but unfortunately I couldn't get the screen of that TV to work properly, so I had to take everything out of the TV and put a newer TV in where that screen was. You'll also see that when the fuse goes off at the end of the short film, that was a practical effect, and we really did that, and we almost burnt down the house. And I couldn't have done this short film without the amazing group of people that all came together and donated their time and energy to make this thing happen. And most importantly, I just want to thank Grant Peel, the producer on this project, and James Pizarro from Red Bicycle Media that came and donated all the gear to make this project possible. I absolutely love making short films and telling stories because I feel like they connect people in a way that, I can't do when I speak to someone. I don't feel like I'm really great at communicating to people and conveying my feelings to them in an accurate way, but sometimes I feel like I can speak through film in a way that I can't in person. So through films I can convey emotions and stories and different things that connect people or that allows me to connect to other people better. I just think film in general is a very, very powerful tool for bringing people together. Another reason that I love making short films is because short films are basically a testing ground for me and a place for me to practice making films before I dive into feature filmmaking. Short films are the best way to do that because it gives you practice in storytelling and it helps you find what crew that you like to work with, what equipment you like using. And I think most importantly, I love seeing an idea from my head that came from nowhere, a seed, a spark of something, grow and blossom into a finished film. When you first come up with the idea for a short film, you can't imagine what the final piece will look like, and it's a long road to get there and it's a hard road to get there, but when you finally get there, it's the most satisfying feeling in the world because you can see an idea that you thought of come to life in a way that you didn't know was possible. So thank you guys so much for watching my short film. I hope you enjoyed it. We put a lot of time and energy and effort into it, and thank you so much, iFootage, for letting us be in your competition and having this competition as a push for films like this to get made and an excuse for people to get together and make these films.